People have been talking a lot for the last decade or so about the WTO, that's the World Trade Organization, and its disputes over Boeing and Airbus and subsidies related to aircraft manufacturing. It's really complicated, so let's make it plain simple. The WTO was created in the 90s to look after trade agreements among its more than 180 member nations. Trade agreements help regulate subsidies used by governments as part of their economic, social, and political policies. Most subsidies are decent, effective, and compliant with WTO rules, but some are bad news for international trade and banned by the WTO.
We'll call these subsidy no-nos.
There are two kinds of no-nos. The first is an actionable subsidy. Those are ones that violate trade rules and have proven to harm a country's industry. Actionable subsidies require a country to change its means of support in order to comply with WTO rules. The worst kind is no-no number 2, a prohibited subsidy. That's one that helps export products or favors domestic over imported goods. That's bad for international trade and unfair to other competitors in the market. This is so bad and so anti-trade that the WTO agrees it should be banned completely, prohibited now. So let's talk airplanes. For 12 years, Boeing and Airbus have accused each other and their governments of subsidy no-nos. Airbus receives reimbursable launch aid, loans to help aircraft development that must be repaid by Airbus to European taxpayers with interest. Boeing receives tax breaks and grants from national, state, and local U.S. governments that don't have to be repaid to anybody. You see where this is going. The WTO has made it clear that Airbus has received some of those actionable subsidies that are not prohibited, but need to be tweaked to make them okay. On the flip side, the WTO says Boeing has received both actionable and prohibited subsidy no-nos. In 2012, the U.S. told the WTO that Boeing had made changes to be in compliance with WTO demands. But it's clear to everyone that Boeing has done bupkis. They keep on keeping on, hands out, increasing the subsidies they receive from governments and the states where they make planes. That same year, even President Obama acknowledged that NASA funding, that's U.S. federal government funding compliments of the American taxpayers, is the reason the 787 even exists.
Government research helped to create this plane.
And in 2013, Boeing got $9 billion of Washington state taxpayers' money in exchange for a promise to manufacture the 777X there. That big prohibited no-no subsidy was the largest ever tax break granted to a single U.S. company. Corporate welfare completely paid for the development of the 777X. Congrats, Boeing, on getting your program paid for. So now you can undercut competition and lowball Airbus on price. Wait, didn't someone say that was a prohibited subsidy? WTO rules say that if subsidies are found to be prohibited, the subsidizing nation must withdraw the subsidy without delay. Translated, immediately. It's time for Boeing to end the corporate welfare, practice what they preach, and comply with WTO rules. Give back the $9 billion to the citizens of Washington state, and let fair and healthy competition return to the marketplace.